If you're someone who hasn't left the country ever in your life up to that point, maybe the opportunity to do so is something that might play a role in the schools you're looking at, the types of opportunities you have. Something important to keep in mind is a lot of these programs that you can use for study abroad in college are tied to a university, yes, but they're a little bit external. That is to say, I in college could have applied for like the Middlebury language programs in different countries or the Harvard Beijing Academy programs, whether or not I go to those specific schools. So a lot of schools will have designated study abroad programs that are very specific to the students who attend those schools. But some of these programs are also universal and separate from the actual school itself. So you can apply to those even if you don't go to that school. I guess, Alex, given that you knew that you wanted to do some form of study abroad, did you have a sense of where you wanted to go in particular, or was it just, I'm going to look around, I'm going to see what exists, and we'll go from there after we take a look what the options are?
Yeah, I do have the French degree and I took French in high school. So I very much wanted to go to France, which is a pretty basic place for study abroad, but I am a big fan of Paris. So I was really excited to go there. And you'll note too, a lot of schools have programs not only in the bigger cities and places like Paris or London or Madrid, they often have ones in smaller cities too. So if you want to go to France per se, or want to go to Spain and don't want to go to the big city, then you can go to in Spain is this really pretty place that I was just talking to my friend who studied abroad there. And he loved it, even though it wasn't this main city. And there's also something to be said for going to places that aren't traditional study abroad places. So I have a friend who did a study abroad program where she went to multiple countries in Latin America to practice Spanish. And most people who practice Spanish will go to Spain, which Spain is amazing, nothing against that, but you also can do more non-traditional places as well. And that's totally an option. And like Robert was saying, there are so many different programs that you can do. Your school will have programs, but you will be usually allowed to do ones from other schools too. And so basically you can go most any place you want to. There's a few places that are off the radar, but otherwise you can go basically anywhere, which is super fun and exciting. And I will say too, for international students, I do know international students who studied abroad too. I knew a guy from Spain who studied abroad in Spain. Don't ask why. I think he actually just wanted to be closer to home for a semester. So there's nothing wrong with that too, if that's something you want to do. You're still allowed to do it, even if you're an international student.
Yeah, this is going to be a theme that we'll probably touch on a whole bunch over the course of this session, but a lot of the name of the game with study abroad is actually flexibility. Usually colleges are going to go out of their way to give you a whole bunch of options, different focuses, whether it be by place or the goal of your study abroad. But I guess taking a step back, and I know the answer to this question because we talked about this already briefly before we went on live with you all. But Alex, for the folks out there in the audience, can you just run through the places that you've actually been as like in college as part of college study abroad around the world? That's not the United States.
Yeah, so it wasn't all through the traditional study abroad. Like I didn't go to each of these places, spend a semester at a school there. But I went to France, I went to Ireland, Mexico, Greece, and Jordan. And that doesn't count the places when I was in Paris studying. I went and just traveled a bunch on the weekends for fun, which I would definitely recommend. Everyone goes to Oktoberfest if you're in Europe. So that's something this is the perfect, college age is the perfect age to go to Oktoberfest, and you should definitely go. If you're there in the spring, I assume everyone goes to Ireland for St. Patrick's Day. So those are some can't miss things.